Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I do not believe in ghosts. So as a psychic medium, which are two different things by the way, I have another video on that. A medium is somebody who can speak to the deceased or just spirits in general. So it's kind of funny having a psychic medium come out and say that they don't believe in ghosts. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but let me explain. So ghosts are, in my mind, a very specific word that I like to kind of steer away from. When I think of ghosts, it usually brings up a specific term that I'm not too fond of. And usually when people think of ghosts, they think of what they see on TV or in movies. And so let's kind of break down what that looks like. You know, ghosts in Hollywood mean that they're usually physical, like they come into the space, they're in the room with you, you can see them, you could maybe not touch them, but they're very physical. And then maybe they can move objects or possess people or trying to think of what else they do. Usually they're malevolent and you can't control them and you can't get them out, and that's kind of the perception of what a ghost is. Now, it's not that I don't believe that spirits exist, because I do believe spirits exist and I've talked to many of them, but I don't like saying ghosts, because usually when somebody thinks ghost, they think of Hollywood version of a spirit, and it's Hollywood and that's kind of what they have decided it to be, but that's not usually how us mediums kind of interact with them. So the difference is spirits are usually not physical. You know, when I see a spirit walk into a room, if I'm doing a reading, if I see them, they don't physically walk in like a person, and it's not like I can see it and nobody else can. You know, it's very much mind's eye, or it's kind of like almost a fuzzy overlay, but it's in my mind and I kind of feel like they're over there in that general direction, but they're not actually physically there. And that's kind of one of the big differences between ghosts and spirits. Usually spirits are something you hear, you see in your mind's eye. You know, this is kind of getting into the 6 clairs, which if you're interested in that, is kind of the way we perceive intuitive information, and everybody receives intuitive information through one of 6 clairs. And each of those clairs is always like in your mind's eye, in kind of your you know, you may be hearing the spirit, but you're not actually hearing it like, you know, your cell phone would ring. You're hearing it kind of in your head. So spirits can more or less be physically there, but it's usually that you see, hear, feel them in your mind's eye and less in the actual physical space in front of you. When you talk as a psychic or a medium and you talk about spirits, it's a much different concept than ghosts, and a lot of people think, oh, you talk to ghosts, and I always like to correct them and say, no, I talk to spirits, because I want them to get the understanding that it's not scary, it's not what Hollywood says it is. When a spirit comes in, I kind of see it in my mind's eye. It's kind of a fuzzy overlay. You know, they don't move things around in the room. They can't do that because I set the intention that they can't. You know, I'm in this physical reality and I have the ultimate control, and they're not in this reality, so they can't move things, they can't do any of that. And that's just, again, another thing that Hollywood has portrayed that's kind of gotten all of this psychic stuff misconstrued and kind of in a mess. So I thought I'd clear that up. One of the things I love to do as a psychic is kind of explain my viewpoint of what it means to be psychic and how it differs from kind of what people have in their minds of a psychic. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out more of my videos. I love kind of debunking myths that a lot of people have around this. Awesome guys, thanks for watching. Bye.